Hey everybody, it's Johnny and Deb.
We're the Carnivore Caveman Keto couple, guys. Welcome back. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hope you all had a great and safe one with family and friends.
So we are doing our traditional Thanksgiving Day snowshoe
Right. Yay!
hike that we always like to do.
We always come out here before we go. We're going over to a friend's house around 4. So we just like to burn calories and be out here. There's usually not many people out here today, and then we don't feel quite as guilty about indulging later.
Right. So you probably saw Deb's video about our plans for Thanksgiving meal. We are going to eat the traditional meal. Deb says she's not going to go crazy.
No.
I'm going to go a little crazy.
I did my calorie counting last night, and I don't usually count calories, but mine's not going to go over 2,000, so it's going to be, you know, not too much over what I normally consume.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm not going to do dessert, or I'm not going to go back for seconds. It's going to be one big plate, one time.
So I just came off a 40-hour dry fast.
Yeah.
And that video
For you.
will be up soon. Actually, you can, no, it won't be up, so you won't be able to
Another
click
week
the
or
link.
so.
Yeah, about a week or so.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and just FYI, guys, we try to put a video up every other day. Once in a while, if we're traveling or maybe during Christmas holidays or something, it might be every 3 days, but we do try to get a new video up every other day. We're trying really hard, and so far so good.
Right. So since I came off a 40-hour dry fast, I'm going to go a little crazy for Thanksgiving. But we're going to make it an experiment, of course. We're going to check our ketone levels, our sugar levels, all that stuff.
And Johnny's going to eat apple pie, probably a couple pieces, because he loves apple pie.
Yeah, no, not just apple pie.
Johnny
this
B.
is a
Goods.
Johnny B. Goods.
Homemade caramel strudel.
Caramel, apple caramel crumb, and I bought some really good organic vanilla
So
ice
his poor
cream.
body, after not having like any sugar or carbs for a long time, is going to be like,
We'll see.
dude,
We'll see
what
how
are you
it goes.
doing? But yeah, I mean, I'm sure his blood sugar's going to spike. I'm curious to see, you know, after an hour what it'll be, and then I want to test it over at our friend's house. They know we're doing all this, so they don't care. But I'm going to test it like 2 hours and see how quick it does come down after all that sugar.
All right. So once again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody,
And stay tuned to see our levels and to see what happens. We're going to test stuff tonight, and I'm quite sure I'm not going to be kicked out of ketosis tonight, because I think it does take a while. There's still going to be ketones floating around in there. I don't know if he will even, but I think definitely tomorrow morning our blood's going to show really low, and hopefully by Friday night I'll be right back into high ketones and fat burning.
Yeah.
So,
all experimental. We'll see how long, if we
goes.
come out, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to come out. But how long will it take to get back into ketosis, and what our numbers will be?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I feel like we're super metabolically adaptive, metabolically flexible, meaning we're going to burn the carbohydrates today and tonight for fuel, and then get right back into fat burning mode.
Yeah, we shall see.
Yeah. All right, we're getting ready to go to our friends to eat. Johnny and I had bacon and eggs for breakfast, and then of course you guys saw we went snowshoeing. So I'm going to go ahead and check my ketone levels and my sugar before the Thanksgiving feast. All right. Do the sugar. Getting fast at this, huh?
$1.9.
And this is pretty typical of 91 after eating. I was going to fast, but Johnny had bacon and eggs this morning, and after snowshoeing, I'm like, you know what, I'm eating. So I had 2 pieces of bacon and only 2 eggs, and then I did have some coffee with heavy cream, and that's pretty typical. Usually it's between 85 and 93 after high-fat, you know, protein meal, so that's good, and I'm pretty happy with the ketones. That's right around my range, so we'll see.
So I'm checking mine. Looking out the window, it's snowing.
Yay!
Woo. $1.7. Ooh, my sugar's high.
Yeah, sugar, but again, sometimes John does that. All right, everybody. So here's Johnny's plate.
Johnny's a
His
happy
first plate, right?
first plate.
Fine. I'm only gonna do one. All right, happy Thanksgiving. Go ahead.
Okay, so we had our big Thanksgiving dinner, and man, it was fantastic. So now we're going to test our sugar and our ketones. This should be good.
Getting ready to head home. It's not too late. It's probably about an hour and a half after.
I had 2 pieces of Johnny B. Good's apple pie.
Yeah, I knew he was going to do
and
that.
it was incredible. So,
Okay,
here,
so this is
so here's the
ketone.
ketones. Let's see.
Let's see
0.9 ketones.
Oh, there we go. So 0.9, but I think that'll change
That's-
by morning.
Yeah, that I'm really
For
surprised. I didn't think there'd be any ketones at all.
I think it takes a while after you indulge.
Sugar 126.
So,
I actually thought it would be way higher. Okay, Deb's turn.
all right. Ketones 1.2.
Damn.
But again, I think, are you seeing it through the deal?
Not really.
Yeah, you got it. I kind of got it. It's a weird deal.
There it is. 1.2
But-
ketones. Whoa, 148 sugar. Wow. So what do you think about that?
That's to be expected. I know that, and I'm not saying that I'm pre-diabetic. I'm not insinuating that at all. But knowing my family's history and with diabetes and knowing how I feel like carbohydrates aren't my friend, that I tend to gain weight when I eat carbs.
You react quickly to carbs
I
and
do,
sugar.
and I think if I kept on the carbohydrate train, I would be pre-diabetic and then diabetic. So that just goes to show you, once in a while, splurging or having some carbs, that's fine.
Yep.
But I'm not going to make it my lifestyle. I love the carnivore keto deal, and it's going to be a lifestyle for
Yep.
sure.
So we're going to walk downtown
Yeah,
Steamboat
we're going to walk off
under
some of
the
this.
lights, walk it off,
Thanksgiving
and
dinner.
maybe we'll check it a little bit later, see what it is too. And then we'll have a wrap up.
Yeah, well, no, I'm going to check them in the morning.
Check it in
Because
the
I'm
morning.
really curious. I think if ketones are high in the morning, something's wrong because we ate a lot of carbs. So, yeah.
All right, cool. See ya.
Ski Town life. All right, guys, so this is the morning after, so Friday morning, the morning after our Thanksgiving feast. I did check my sugar. I didn't check my ketones before bed, but my sugar went down to 99, so that was great, about 10:30 last night. We already had coffee this morning. We're getting ready to snowshoe, so wanted to check everything this morning and just see where stuff is. So here we go. All right. Got ketones on the left, obviously.
1.4.
What's going on here?
She messed up the
No.
glucose.
I didn't. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you got to redo it.
Sorry, guys. Amateur move.
So ketones after a big Thanksgiving dinner is
Can
still
anybody
1.4.
explain that to me? I mean, I'm going to check them again tonight. I knew they were going to be higher last night because I thought I'd still have ketones in the blood circulating, but I don't understand why are they 1.4? And you guys, I don't know how many grams of carbohydrates I had, but I mean, I had
It
a
was plenty.
lot of stuffing, a lot of potatoes, and I did break down and have a small piece of apple pie. I said I wasn't going to, but I did. And I had nuts and a couple crackers. Like, I don't get it. So I feel like that's normal for me. That is normal after an hour of being up. My cortisol and insulin's always usually a little higher in the morning. And then I did have some coffee with some heavy whipping cream. So, I mean, I'm happy with that. But if anybody can explain to me why after a lot of carbohydrates, I'm still showing 1.4, I would love a response to that. We're going to do Johnny's real quick now.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I pigged out last night. I had a lot of I had a lot of turkey. I had mashed potatoes.
2 servings of mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a full 2 servings. Yeah, it was a full 2 servings. And I had some stuffing, but I had my apple pie and ice cream. And
2 servings of that too, which we all knew.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
But Johnny's blood sugar, believe it or not, never went over 130, even at his highest peak, and it came down good, which his blood sugar always does. Like but
Okay, there's ketones. And I had my coffee this morning. 1.1.
which is good for you because 103.
Sugar 103,
Which
which
is
mine is usually in the
typical.
90s, low 90s. So sugar's up a little bit. Ketones 1.1. But yeah, I mean, I thought I'd be completely knocked out.
Yeah, we don't understand it.
ketosis.
So I'm still researching on that. But again, if somebody could give me some insight, obviously we're going to check it again tonight, but we're going to be in a fast, so I'm assuming they won't plummet
Yeah.
as of tonight. But I mean, it's going on, well, it's over 18, 19 hours since we
Yeah.
feasted. Does that have anything to do with the ketones still being high? I don't know. So,
Yeah, I feel great. No adverse
Yeah,
effects from
me
all
neither.
that
Me
rich
neither.
food, and I thought for sure I'd end up with diarrhea or something, and I didn't. No stomach cramps. Nothing.
yeah, but we'll do our last filming tonight of our ketones and sugar just to see if something drastic happens. And then we'll wrap it up, guys, and we'll get this video up in the next couple days.
The only thing I do feel is a little joint pain in my knuckles and my knees just a little bit. That's usually not there. So that's the only thing, only side effect. Okay, see you soon. Okay, it's Friday night, about 28 hours after the Thanksgiving carbohydrate feast, and we're going to do the last readings on our blood sugar and ketones. Sugar 100, 1.2 ketones. So Deb, what do you have to say about all that?
Yeah, you know, I had tonight for dinner, I had chicken, and then I did have coffee with cream in it. What else did I have? I guess that's pretty much it. So I thought, yeah, ketones are probably right where I expected them to be. They probably would have been higher if it wasn't for the carbohydrates, but I feel like I never was kind of kicked out. My ketones never fell low, which really surprised me. And again, I want some answers, you guys, to answer why that happened. Sugar is pretty typical. I was kind of expecting that to be lower, but with coffee and heavy cream, it affects me a little bit. I think, and I probably shouldn't have had it this late at night, but I just wanted to, and so I did, fortunately. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. I'm pretty happy with that.
Okay, my turn. And guys, excuse the mess. We're packing again. We're going to go ice climbing
Yeah, we're getting stuff organized.
in Lake City,
On
Colorado.
the road again. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Ketones are the
1.2.
same.
We have this. Deb and I are crazy. We have
Yeah.
the same ketone
No,
levels most time. 94.
Yeah.
I mean, my ketones are just a little bit low. I've been averaging 1.
Actually, they're not that low for you, especially after what you ate last night. That
I know.
amazes me. I thought they would be like 0.2. I don't know.
I thought I would be 0 ketones, honestly. So, yeah, I ate a lot. But then today I fasted until I water fasted until 7 o'clock. So
And we had a 24-hour food fast because the last meal was about 7 o'clock last night. And then, well, I guess we had
Right.
coffee this morning, but we didn't eat
Coffee.
any food
Yeah, no
until
food.
7 o'clock this evening. So, and then we had a big snowshoe. Johnny went to the gym to work out. I did
Oh, yeah.
not.
Yeah.
So we were pretty active today and fasted. So maybe that has a lot to do with it. I don't know.
And here's something I do want to say. When Deb and I went snowshoeing, we did some up and down. And for those of you that do hikes and things like that, or maybe biking, you know, you start off with an exercise like that, and you feel it in your legs and stuff until you get warmed up, like that mile or 2 into it. Then you feel really great. I felt great right from the get-go. Like I just could have kept going. So you know, I know people talk about carb cycling, and down the road, I may use carb cycling to enhance my performance, rock climbing, ice climbing, you know, in the gym. I'm going to look that up a little bit more. But I felt fantastic. What do I
Yeah,
wanna
well,
say?
and Johnny commented too, you know, on the carnivore diet, when we would start a big hike that was uphill, both of us took about 20 minutes or so till
To
we
get warmed
feel
up.
good. Like I didn't even want to talk for the first 20 minutes because I was not in pain, but just getting used to it. And he would kind of be the same way. And we both noticed today
Boom.
that
Just like
lots
just
of energy. I was not out of breath. Did
Yeah.
not feel the leg burn at all. I don't know if it was just coincidence or if it was because
or the depleted glycogen that we felt in the past, and then by carb, you know, those
Yeah,
carbs
filling
gave us
them up.
glycogen.
I don't know.
So that's a whole nother issue
But
we have
that's
to dive
definitely
into.
more experimentation
Right.
needed.
But here's something that if you're keto, if you're carnivore, we can use intermittent fasting, prolonged fasting for 24 to 48 hours, whatever, maybe longer, and even dry fasting as a tool to get our numbers where we want and experiment and know what works and what doesn't. So it's been a lot of fun experimenting.
Yeah, it was
but
a neat experiment. And
we're
yeah,
back on the wagon now for
Yeah.
sure.
No carbohydrates for a while. I don't want to do, but we'll do this experiment again, and I want to do it on a really hard ice climb or a really hard
Right.
alpine climb, just to see if it really helps with my energy. We'll see.
So we learned a lot.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right. Okay, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video and hope you learned something just like Deb and I have learned a lot. And
Right, and what I found, you guys, in this journey, we are all different. Even though we are all human beings and have the same, you know, biological, all that stuff is the same, we react to food differently. Our hormones are all different. Some of us have really damaged hormones that we're trying to fix. Others of us are very healthy and can get away with eating whatever they want.
Right.
So you just have to find out what works for you. Just because
Yeah.
something works for Johnny or me, and again, we're not doctors. We're not telling you to do what we do. We're just telling you our journey and documenting our journey.
you have to experiment yourself.
Right.
And keep in mind, intermittent fasting, water fasting, dry fasting, they're all tools
Right,
that
and
we can
we
use.
throw it all in. Johnny and I do it
Yeah.
all, and we work out pretty hard at the gym 3-4 days a week. You know, I lift pretty heavy for a 47-year-old woman. I mean, you know, so it's just all that stuff factors in. We don't have very stressful lives. Johnny and I
Right,
get 8 to
right.
9 hours of sleep at night. So, you know,
And it's been fun learning so much and gaining so much knowledge and learning about your body. So you got to make it fun. If you're not making it fun, you're doing something wrong. Make it fun.
and goals too, just like Johnny's last video.
Yeah, yeah.
Goals are important because
Find a passion
Yeah.
that
If you get to that certain weight or that health level, you know, if you don't have something to keep it there, a lot of times people fall off the wagon and gain all that weight back and get unhealthy again. So find something. When you get healthy, get to the weight you want, find that outdoor passion or indoor passion, whatever it is.
whatever it may be.
Right.
Yeah. So if you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up.
Just helps our channel. If you haven't subscribed, you can do that now.
Hit the bell notification to let you know when we put up our next video. And remember, keep eating meat.
Because meat heals.